Got a few. Three on both
Okay,
sides.
here we are. I'm Detroit Lenny. That's Tim Earl. That's Nick Earl down in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but I did. And then below me is Daniel Henderson joining us for some game time decision on the July 1st. O Canada Day, Bobby Vanilla Day, all that stuff. Yeah. Take your hat off, show a little respect. You know. But here we are bringing you game time decision. And we're going to talk about some basketball. We're going to talk about a baseball game. And we're going to talk about whatever anybody else wants to talk about in the chat. So that's where we're at. First game up, we're going to talk about NBA Eastern Conference Finals, Atlanta, Milwaukee. We'll start with Tim. Should we start with Nick? No, we'll start with Tim.
What does Nick know about it?
Well, exactly. That's kind of why I wanted to go. I want to switch it up, throw everybody for a loop. We'll do a clock kind of, Tim, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where are you
I know
at in this game.
Well, big thing. Giannis has been ruled out, so and for some reason the Bucks are still favorited. Trae Young will still be a game time decision, so keep an eye on that. I think he'll play. So in that case, I am going after the Atlanta Hawks tonight. I grabbed them +3, money line, whatever you want to grab them at. I believe either way is good. They are in Milwaukee, so that's the one thing that's just like a little worrying because Milwaukee's a really good home team, even without Giannis. But I'm going with Atlanta tonight. They looked really impressive last game without Trae Young. They still managed to blow out the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 4. So I'm going to go with Atlanta again. I think they're going to roll the momentum into the next game, and I think they're going to have a good game. For totals, I'd rather go towards the under just because you are missing Giannis, and that's taking a bunch of points and a bunch of defense off the board. So I'm going to go towards the under in this one.
Okay. Nick, you got to play?
Atlanta?
Go hockey.
I don't know.
Go.
Yeah,
Go hockey.
I wish there was a hockey game. I don't follow the National Flopping Association, so I'm good. I'm just kidding. I'd probably go with Atlanta here, if anything. But yeah, I'm not an NBA guy, so my opinions don't really matter much. So yeah, that.
Okay. CSN says awesome. Here we are. Stat Guap. Congratulations on that over, man. Daniel Henderson, where you got on this game? Tell me you got to play.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go against the grain on this one. I'm kind of thinking the Bucks, even though the Hawks did show out at home last time and kind of beat them pretty handily. I feel like the Bucks gonna win at home, take this game back to Atlanta. Atlanta wins that game at home, and then we come back to Milwaukee for Game 7, which is gonna be a toss-up. But tonight, I'm going to go with Milwaukee. And I'm leaning towards the under. I don't even see Atlanta getting to 100 points tonight, to be honest with you.
Okay. I'm on Atlanta's side, but I don't have a play on the total. But I'm on Atlanta all day because I got a future on them, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I actually got a future on them too. I kind of feel like they will pull out that Game 7 if it does go to a Game 7. But I just feel like, it's just going to go back and forth for these next two games.
Okay.
Now, I just feel like if there's any game that the Atlanta Hawks are going to win in Milwaukee, it's tonight because Giannis is not in. Because Giannis will most likely be back for Game 7 in Milwaukee, and that would make it a lot tougher for Atlanta. So I think Atlanta needs to win one of these games in Milwaukee, and I think it's going to be tonight. If they don't win tonight, I don't think they win the series.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I don't see them winning a Game 7 there. So, you know what I mean? I don't like this is – they have to know that in the locker room too. They have to know, like, hey, like this is the only game we got to win in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
like I don't want to come back here.
Right, that's a better
like, go there. That's the only reason I'm on the side of Atlanta, and I don't like nothing to do with the total because who knows? The other. I mean, neither team reached 90 points the other day.
Reason why I'm on it on the Bucks is because ESPN is pushing so much that Giannis is not going to play, and they keep talking about how even with Giannis last time and without Trey, the Hawks stood up and won at home. But again, they was at home, and so every time when ESPN focuses in on something like that, something major to impact the game, it always goes the opposite way that they're projecting it to go, or they're implying that it's going to go. They're implying by all means that Atlanta's going to win this game and take a 3-game lead. But I just, like I said, I tend to go against the grain when they present it to you like that. I go against the grain. And for guys over under, I'm going under.
Under?
Yeah. I'm down with the under.
I could get behind that. But I like if you're gonna give me points with Atlanta, I'm taking it with Giannis out. I'm taking those points. I don't care.
Or the plus money in general.
Right,
on the money line.
I'm gonna sprinkle all of that on there. You're talking about 3 points, 215. I could see that being a little inflated, but again. I don't really know too much about NBA. I'm not quite Nick, but I definitely am Tim in the NBA realm. Okay, I know a little bit, like go Pistons, and that's about it. But moving right along to sports that people care about.
There we go.
I had to. So can we talk about, before we talk about tonight's game, can we talk about what in the hell happened yesterday to the Mets?
No.
Okay, me and Daniel will talk about it. Daniel, can we talk about the 20-2 embarrassment?
I mean, I looked at the game. I looked at the game and I had to recheck my app. I refreshed it like 8 times to make sure, what I'm saying, it wouldn't
have glitched. You weren't watching a Hawks game?
Wow,
what
the hell is this? That was crazy. That was crazy.
It was bad. It was bad. It wasn't as bad though as the Yankees' complete meltdown.
Hold on. Good talking about meltdowns. Can we discuss the 3 big meltdowns of yesterday? Freaking Chicago, the Angels, and also the Mets. Wow. I was on the right side of 2 of those. I was on Milwaukee. I was on the Angels yesterday. So those were good.
15-7. Yeah, 15-7. The Nationals 15-6. The Angels 11-8. Miami 11-6. I mean, all kinds of overs yesterday.
I was at Miami last night. That was nice.
I was on Red Sox team total over 5.5. So it took that damn 8th inning to score that extra run.
I was sweating. The Yankees was at 11 in the 8th. I mean, in the 4th. The Yankees was at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was over already.
Yeah, that was but they scored 7-1 after the first inning. And then
7-2.
Or 7-2, yeah. And then it went like that forever, but then they went on a tear. And they just
Jared Walsh.
Literally, I was on my way to Allie's house to get the whiteboard from Morningwood. And in the meantime, from the time we only live about 15 minutes away, 20 minutes tops, traffic. By the time I got there, the whole world spun upside down for New York. The Mets got embarrassed. The Yankees, I don't even know if they still have a team after that. Should they even field a team today?
We shouldn't.
I mean, should you all just take a COVID day? Can we still have that?
They got rained out today. Yankees got rained out today. Yeah.
They did. So that's Mother Nature saying, okay, y'all had enough. Yesterday, you need a break. But the Tigers did sweep the Cleveland Indians. So we can bask in that.
The third place Tigers again?
Hey, just stop hating. I'm just saying. Okay, so we're talking about some boxing. House on Tim.
I have no idea who that is.
All right, let's go into the fake sport of boxing.
That's not true. I'm a boxing fan. I'm more of an MMA fan, but I am a boxing fan.
I was going to say MMA is more of a sport than boxing is.
Tim Tuitson.
MMA literally has boxing in it.
Can I say? Is this
guy? Hold on. MMA fighter would get smashed by the average
true
boxer.
boxer.
No.
A
True
true
boxer,
boxer
right,
standing up. Like boxing, like with Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Margaret Hag. There's a great series on Showtime. I think it's Showtime. It's called The Kings. And it's the 4 boxers. It's Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Oscar. Maybe it's Oscar? I think it's Oscar De La Hoya. But at that time, in that weight division, those 4 going at it, it was great to watch.
Mhm.
But, MMA and boxing are like brothers.
I'm sorry.
Maybe
Durant,
like a
Durant.
big brother in MMA, and then boxing is like the little annoying brother that needs a little clown to keep entertaining after a while. AKA
Yeah, I
the
can't-
Pauls.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I
I
was
can't
saying,
take your sport seriously if the biggest names in your sport right now are Jake and Logan Paul. I can't take your sport seriously if those are the 2 big names right now that are making your money.
Yeah, but more power to those kids. Those kids they're hustlers.
That was Floyd. Floyd making that money. I mean, boxing's still making money. It's still doing this thing. It's just, you don't have a lot of big names. You don't have the Mike Tysons no more. You don't have Floyd Mayweather on a 40-0 tear. So it's different. But if you are a sports fan and if you like sports, that boxing is still traditional boxing. You got a lot of people still out there that's doing their thing. And again, like I said, you put your best MMA fighter in the ring, keep them on their feet. I promise you, the low tier boxer gonna smash you. I promise you.
I agree. I think it's a different skill
Doubt
set.
it.
I don't think it's
It's a complete different skill set and mindset. Like it's a sweet science to go in there. Like MMA, anybody can go in there and throw their face in front of somebody's fist and then try to take them down and wrestle. But to get in there to hit and not get hit, that's a whole different thing. It's a whole different
there's an art to it. It's a completely different skill set. I don't think they're brothers. I think they're cousins. Let's put it that way. And they're cousins that hang out at family.
To me, it's more like a grandfather and a grandchild. To be honest with you.
I'll take that analogy all day.
See, MMA, literally boxing is part of MMA. And then it adds more and more stuff to it. It's more than just...
It's mixed martial arts. It's not
boxing is literally part of the skills you have to learn in order to be a mixed martial artist. Because in order to be a full rounded one, boxing has to be part of your repertoire. But you have to be able to grapple. You have to be able to wrestle. You have to have good submission game. There's more than just doing your 1s and 2s and ducking and weaving and boxing.
And the thing about it is the reason why they add to that repertoire with the kicks, the knees, and the elbows is because they can't handle the fist straight up. They can't do it, and that's why they have to add all that extra stuff to it, like taking you down and wrestling you.
That's just part of the sport.
I get it as part of the sport, but
I think it's apples and oranges.
To just work with these 2 versus 1, 2, all these other weapons. To be disciplined just to work with these, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
I think it's unfair to compare. I think they are apples and oranges. They're both fruit, to each their own type thing. I like them both, but I'm a sports guy. Like, if you put 2, whatever. I don't care if there's 2 chicks fighting or 2 dudes fighting. I don't care if it's MMA. I don't care if it's pros versus Joes. I don't care if it's the all-star. Like I'm watching combat sports. Like I'm that guy. I even watch some kickboxing randomly. It's usually on ESPN, the Ocho, or some crazy shit on a Sunday night at 4 a.m. or something like that. But whatever, that's good TV. Okay.
Yeah. Real quick with this play, the house on Tim Tuzzi. Are you actually laying a minus 1750 on a fighter?
Oh yeah, boxing is nothing but huge favorites. There's no pick'em fights like there are in the UFC.
Right.
Boxing, they're scared to put their best 2 up against each other because they don't want to wreck the ego of one of them. In the UFC, you'll see those top fights. You'll see those Kamaru Usmans fighting the top of the division. You'll see Francis Ngannou fighting the Stipe Miocic of the world. You'll see these top guys fighting the top guys. In boxing, you'll see, there's this one guy facing some guy way down here, and he's a minus 3,000 favorite. That's not interesting. I'm sorry. If you have a massive favorite like that, no.
That's probably my biggest complaint with boxing as of late is you got a They more try to go up the ranks and blah, blah, blah. UFC, don't get me wrong, has the ranks and everything like that. But you can, boxing, you might see a guy fight once a year, every couple of years. You got other guys fighting a couple of weeks in the MMA. I mean, they will talk trash. And like the UFC, for example, they put out, they're saying, hey, to Daniel, or what's his name? The heavyweight champion guy.
Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou.
So he said he wasn't going to be ready for camp in the fight
until September.
So they created a whole nother belt, an interim belt. Yeah,
between
Derek. And I'm like,
I'm totally against that. I'm totally against that.
100%.
They got like 20 belts. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, boxing's got like 18 different belts. Like, I mean, there's the WCBC, CB, ABC, DVD, all that shit. CBD.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only three that's really that really counts.
Exactly.
ABC, WBO, and the WBA. Something like that.
WBA maybe, or something like that, but yeah. But in MMA, it's like, it's weight divisions, but then you got a heavyweight belt, and that's it. Like, you either carry it or you don't. And then the interim belt is just, okay, he's going to be heavyweight champion until, what's his name, has
Francis.
Francis. I don't think that's fair. I think they should have a certain amount of time, but the UFC is different. Like, if you don't want to fight, screw you, next man up.
Well, yeah,
this is when the UFC is rolling. I think a lot of people think UFC 1, bare knuckled, just like some backyard, just brawling type situations, and it's not.
Yeah,
it's definitely more.
That's what actually brought to the popularity of the sport when they were thinking about the Royce Gracie days and all that. When it's just two guys in the fight, bare knuckle. When you know what I'm saying, not really as sanctioned as it is now. People like the brutality of UFC more than boxing, because in a lot of boxing matches you don't get all the blood and gore that you're gonna get in UFC. I mean, because it's a fighter trying not to get hit, not a fighter sacrificing his face just to get, in position or whatever. So again, like I say, yeah, MMA is more popular. Yeah, they do have more control over who fights who. But with boxing, the thing about it is you have promoters in the deal, you have fighters and their promotion companies and all those other teams. There's a lot of more hands to putting the fight together than just saying fans want to see Mayweather and Pacquiao. It's more to it. So
yeah, by the time those two guys fought,
a lot of time with seeing the fights that people want to see. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, you still get good fights. You still get good competition. It's just, I don't know, what you like versus what you don't like.
Right. That Pacquiao-Floyd fight, that turned me off with boxing altogether, because that took, by the time those guys fought, neither one of them were in their prime. But if they would have fought when they maybe wanted to.
Yeah, Floyd still was, but I kind of like Pacquiao.
Floyd's like the new Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, he don't get hit. That's Floyd's science. Floyd, you can't hit Floyd, and it's an art. You cannot hit that man. So if you don't hit him, you're not gonna knock him out, and he's gonna point you to death. It's not like Tyson. Tyson's a bull in a china shop. He just comes in and he moves forward, and he's gonna kill and everybody you brought with you. You know what I mean? That's Tyson's attitude, So,
well, that's an interesting point. He will come. He is straight. Tyson was straightforward. He was straight out to kill you.
Right.
But he was a tactician. You got to watch Mike Tyson training, watch Mike Tyson fighting, the way he moved, his head movement, a lot of things. It's like a lot of little subtle things that the average person eye can't see unless you, you know what I'm saying, follow the sport and know what you're looking at. But yeah, Mike Tyson was a whole nother beast.
Yeah, there was a great documentary. I think it was on HBO not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. I actually watched it. I think it was like two or three parts, but it was Mike Tyson growing up from as a kid, and I watched it, and and I didn't see that until what you just said. His game plan going into a fight wasn't just he looks like a brawler coming into a bowl in a china shop trying to kill you, but really he's with that boom, boom, toot to the side. That cripples most people, and it did. It crippled a lot of people.
Yeah, the thing about it is, once he hits you in the gut, you got to drop your guard, and now your upstairs is open.
No.
No, you
CSM
have
wants
to
to
lay
know.
minus 1,000 fights on any fights.
there's-
No, betting on boxing is
money-
basically stupid. It's not even.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about
it's
betting
not
on it. I'm
true.
talking about as far as watching it. You know what I'm saying? As far as entertaining and enjoying the sports. I mean, betting on it is crazy.
The money is more in betting TKO or decision and over under in a round, or you could pick like a certain round. There's money in that, but to just bet a straight up dog or favorite, no. Unless you're betting a dog, if you really believe in that dude, throw money on him.
You're really gonna lay a plus 900 on a fighter?
No.
Hey,
I mean,
he's got to
if you
punch his
believe in him,
chance.
why not? If you
What's his
believe
name
in
from
it,
the
why
MMA?
not?
The last UFC 263. I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. I can't remember the dude's name. That I've been watching. The brother.
Who was it?
Diaz. Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz. Yeah, Nate Diaz. So, I'm sorry.
I had
Dan Ige was like a what? Plus was a minus 300 favorite. A couple of weeks ago,
no, they were close to a pick'em.
Dragon held him on the ground.
Korean Zombie. Yeah, Korean Zombie and Dan Ige. That was close to a pick'em for most of the time, and then I believe Korean Zombie got it was a little bit into plus money, but that was pretty close to an even money fight.
No, I remember that, and it was like he was like minus 2 something because it was on my parlay. I put him on there, and he was the long one. He was at least like a minus 190 something.
Yeah. See, you gotta get the certain. There's little bets inside boxing, like the plus 300 inside 3 rounds. I mean, you're not gonna get that all the time. That's a nice little hit.
All right.
Plus 300, but whatever. But let's talk about some baseball.
Yeah.
Now let's go back. We won't talk about yesterday's game. Let's talk about tonight's game. Let's talk about Atlanta. Or not. Oh, wrong thing.
I was gonna say we already talked about the Bucks.
Wrong banner. My bad. First day. I'm still going with that. I'm still going with that excuse. Mets Braves minus 157 for the Mets. Total at 7. I know where I'm at. I'm on the Nerfy in this. No runs first inning. What are you guys at? We'll start back top corner. Tim?
Shock. I'm on the Mets. No, it's just the fact that DeGrom's pitching. And you're getting DeGrom at a minus 157. I paid the minus 154 for this game. And it just shows how confident I am in DeGrom and the Mets and everything tonight because I never lay more than minus 150. And the fact that I was willing to lay a minus 154 with Mets right tonight against DeGrom, who is the best pitcher in MLB this year and for the past, 4 years. No, I like the Mets in this one. I think they come back. Last night was an embarrassment. I think DeGrom goes about 6-7 innings, and they only have to use 2 guys tonight. So I think that the Mets have a solid chance at winning, and I think that's where that's where I went. And I bet that. So,
okay, Nick, where you at?
Well, one thing I gotta say is I can almost assume that 20 runs won't be scored tonight with Jacob DeGrom on the mound. He's been pretty good this year, I gotta say. He's definitely been a nice little surprise for the Mets. This little guy that they just.
Sorry, I'm learning. I apologize to everybody in the chat. They're probably laughing. What the hell we're laughing at? I'm figuring out the system, and I just figured out that I can put breaking news. Tim likes the Mets. Go ahead, Nick. I apologize for interrupting, but these are the little things that make me smile throughout the day.
Oh, yeah. But I did jump on one line I saw for today. It was the team total for Atlanta is at 2.5, and usually you don't see 2.5, especially the last week or so. And usually when you do, they go over that total. And I've had plenty of times where I take over 2.5 and they cash easily. Even if I'm fading a pitcher like a Max Scherzer or a Jacob DeGrom or something like that, I've cashed a few over 2.5s before against really good pitchers. I think I did once against Cole as well. I've cashed over 1.5 against DeGrom when he went out after 3 innings. But I think I think they may get 1 run against DeGrom tonight, and then they might strike a couple against that bullpen because that bullpen's going to be worn out, especially after how many pitchers they had to use last night. So I'm thinking team total over 2.5 for Atlanta is my one spot that I did bet for tonight. Because I see 2.5s, and I usually jump on those. I love team totals, and so Atlanta team total over 2.5 is where I'm looking for this one.
All right, I could get behind that. See, I'm doing all kinds of weird shit.
Fancy.
Daniel, I know I am so fancy. Daniel, what do you got? You got a play on tonight's game?
Looking at it going under the first 5, DeGrom, and also Mets first 5. After that, it's in there. I can't tell you. I do kind of feel like the Mets will have the lead going into the 6th inning, and then after that, I don't know. Bats could go crazy. Atlanta could start scoring some runs, get those 3 runs. I feel like it's going to be a low scoring first 5 innings, maybe 3 runs. And so, like I say, within the last few, when the bullpen gets involved, it's probably going to spring over that total of 7. So I would go under first 5 over full game.
Oh, okay.
I
do like the under. I don't mind the under in the first 5 just because of Jacob
DeGrom.
Right.
I mean, he's arguably the best pitcher in the league right now.
True.
I mean,
I don't know if there's an argument. I don't know if there's an argument for it.
I mean, Casey Mize is like godsend.
Oh,
so,
God, please
I mean,
stop
there's
it.
that.
Come on, don't even put those 2 guys in the same sentence.
Nick,
No.
have you
One
made
thing I will-
more money on Casey Mize or Jacob DeGrom this year?
Casey Mize is the most profitable pitcher in the MLB. But
Whoa.
you're not laying minus 200s on Casey Mize. That's the thing. Jacob DeGrom is always a minus 200.
That's
Fun
true.
fact, you've made more money if you put $100 down on every single game on Matt Harvey this year than you have Jacob DeGrom just because of his price tag.
I agree. Casey Mize doesn't get those. Casey Mize is not minus anything.
Nope.
Like hardly ever. And if he is, it's barely. It's like minus
115.
115, 120. Right. Yeah, right there. Yeah, exactly. So he's not getting a lot. Like tomorrow, he's
Plus 145.
He's plus 145 tomorrow. That's money. I'm putting this on there.
Give me some Casey Mize tomorrow, honestly.
Absolutely.
I haven't even looked at this slate, and I really like Casey Mize. Probably, yeah. There you go.
There it is.
I'm sorry, not against Lance Lynn in Chicago. I don't care that Casey Mize is the most profitable pitcher in the MLB. That means absolutely nothing going up against Lance Lynn. No,
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that.
Okay, but Tigers at home. They're hot right now. They're hitting the ball. White Sox are banged up. Tigers have nothing to lose. I mean, you're not going to take them on the run line, Tigers, plus a 1.5?
No.
They might just win.
I
plus 5.
Do you guys want to hear the top 5 most profitable pitchers in the MLB right now?
They're all Tigers.
Number 5 is Anthony DeSclafani. Anthony DeSclafani is number 5. Logan Gilbert of the Seattle Mariners is number 4. Chris Flexen of the Seattle Mariners is number 3. Aaron Savali of the Indians is number 2. Casey Mize is number 1.
We don't have much in Detroit sports, so we will take that.
No,
Daniel
Tigers
Anderson.
don't have much other than the Tigers don't have much other than the next dynamic duo of pitching between Mize and Skubal.
Whatever. Hey, Miguel Cabrera is on his way to 500 home runs. He's at 494.
He's not retired yet?
No, he's not
He's
retired.
not
He's going for 500. He's DHing. He's got one knee. He's got like one knee. He can't field. He can't bend over. He just they used to put him at first, and now they don't even barely do that. And he can't. He's out there with one arm, swinging the bat, trying to get 6 more home runs, like Mr. 3000 and Bernie Mac. Remember that movie, Bernie Mac, Mr. 3000? You guys are too young.
Yeah, I remember it.
Daniel Henderson. Yeah, he knows. Yeah. Give us some tennis picks for some Wake and Cash tomorrow.
What I'm looking at tomorrow,
give me one good favorite and one good dog. I need a dog for tennis.
Dogs, bro, it's kind of like this. This is the third round, so it's kind of up in the air. Anybody could be a dog winner at this point because the competition's so tight at this point. It's it's kind of hard to pick them. But who I'm liking and who I'm looking at to advance is even though Christina Pliskova let us down yesterday, I like her sister a lot better. Carolina Pliskova, I like her in her match. Also, Iga Swiatek and I think it's Eva Begu. I like their game to go over. I feel like that one's going to be tight. It's going to go all 3 sets. They're going to push it to the limit, and somebody's going to have to win like a tie break at the end. And I also like Sloane Stevens. She has come back with a vengeance. She's been off the scene for a little while, but she's looking good. She's coming back. And also look at Corey Galt. She don't play tomorrow. I think she plays Saturday, but look at her. And on the mid side, okay, of course we got Novak. He's tearing through. He's going to win his match tomorrow. He's going to make it through his quarter. He's going to make it probably to the semi, and that is where I see him going out, if possible, at the semis, but not too likely. And then we also got Francis Tiafoe playing tomorrow. He's doing good. He's covering sets, covering games. And we also have Rublev playing tomorrow. So those are a few names to look at for some early morning wake-up money. Get it in.
I like it.
Because they start at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, unless you plan on getting up in our early roster.
No, hell no. Now, Vincent wants to know what we think about the Padres Reds game tonight.
Padres,
you got Weathers, and for the Reds, you got Castillo.
Padres and Padres team total over.
Yeah, Padres.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that. And then
Pedro 9 of 10
stopping by. Padres money line, my bonus for you. I will take it. I like the plus money on the Padres.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Pedro? How you feeling, buddy?
That's all I'm liking. Name the last name. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Padres all day. I like it. All right. Well, I think that's really all we got. Unless anybody else has any other comments, or what do you guys got going on, Earl Brothers?
That's a good
what you guys
question.
got going on later today? You got anything?
Let's see. For games, I still have the over for the Nationals game. I have the over. Oh wait, that game got postponed. I have the Padres later. I have the Mets. I have the Giants, and then I have my premium play, which hasn't started yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. Daniel Henderson, you on anything later?
I haven't even made any bets of that. I've been looking at a few things. Like I said, I want to put a little something on the Bucks. I feel like they're gonna pull off the -3 tonight and that under. That's probably all I do, other than like some 5-teamers or just some stuff I throw together.
Okay.
Yep.
Nick, where you at? There's no hockey today, so are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No,
I was worried. I was worried about it.
I know. It's terrifying, but I do have baseball plays, which my video plays so far in the MLB this year is up 50 units. I'm just putting that out there right now. Having a great season in baseball. So I'm already 2-1 to start the day. I've hit on Seattle team total over. I've hit on the White Sox over. Lost on the Oakland Athletics. They were not the right play here. But I do have team totals for Atlanta, Cleveland, and Arizona. I've got the first 5 under in Washington and LA. I've got the first 5 under in Milwaukee and Pittsburgh, and then San Diego team total over as well. And a bonus play, I've got the Connecticut Sun -15 in the WNBA.
I was looking for some WNBA picks earlier on the morning wood, and we didn't have too many. And
it's only one game tonight.
Yeah, there's only one game, so I was trying to get more, more involved in that WNBA realm because I know there's some money to be made.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to get into that. So I've been following some more picks, getting into it. But the one game tonight, so I handicapped that all by myself, not knowing shit about WNBA. And I came out with the Sun. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy that somebody else that actually follows it and makes some money. You know.
Yeah. One thing I've learned with the WNBA so far this season is bet against the Indiana Fever and print the money.
Fair enough.
They're 1-15. They're 1-15 this year and 5-11 against the spread.
There you go, folks. This is your tip of the day. Bet against the Fever because fevers are bad. Fevers, COVID,
really
all
bad.
that stuff. We don't want fevers. So there you go. We're going to wrap it up. Thank everybody. Give us a like. Give us a share. Do all that stuff. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. And if I did terrible, I'll be better tomorrow. If I didn't do terrible, of course I didn't do terrible. What did you think?
Yeah, come on.
You know,
you'd be
doing my hair all day.
Absolutely. You'd be taking some names you'll be taking some ass and kicking some names. Let's go.
Yeah. There we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk later.